Hey all, I bought a VW Camper last July, mainly for photography adventures and trips away with the kids. But yeah, I've never really made a video about it, so I'm just about to do a few bits to it. So I thought it'd be a nice idea to upload the status of it now, and then when it's finished. It's a 2012 plate. They're quite expensive, these vans, even when you get one that's over 10 years old. Yeah, it come with this wind deflector. When I bought it, it was all peeling, so I wrapped it in black vinyl. Being a printer, I had some spare wrapping vinyl to hand, so it come up nice. It's got some nice alloys, but they're suffering from what they call white worm. It's when the lacquer gets corroded. So just gonna have a look down here. You can see that these white bits all around here and some scratches, but I'll show you the back one. As you can see, like all here, all around there, it's all corroded. So I'm going to take these off, rub them down and re-lacquer them. You can also grind out some curb rash if you use a drill and a sanding disc. So I'm going to do that as well. It's got a little bit of rust on this arch here. It's a bit annoying really, because vans seem to rust more than cars. I've got two 2011 cars, well, in the other half, and they haven't got a spot of rust on, but it seems like vans don't get treated for rust like cars do, so they're a bit more susceptible to it, probably because they're used commercially and they want you to buy a new one. Right, what else? Yeah, just need to rub that down as well, give it a little touch up. It's another little spot here I've got to rub down and touch up a tiny bit of rust, but generally the overall look of the van's lovely. So it has done 105,000 miles, but they can go on for 250, 300,000 if you look after them. So I mean, this cost me 19 grand when it was 11 years old at the time. So but yeah, I've wanted one for years, and that is the going rate, because the pop top conversions, if you get done professionally, that with the leather interior and seats, could cost anything up to 10 grand alone. So right, let's have a look on the inside. Oh, I've just had a stance coilover kit fitted, more because the suspension looked a bit rusty and the top mounts were done, so I thought I might as well replace the whole lot whilst I'm at it. Yeah, it come with this nice lovely leather rock and roll bed, so that just folds forward and then back, so you've got a double bed there. And then I'll make it another video, but the roof pops up. You just basically undo the latches on these and pop it up. So I won't do it now because the weather's not great. It's got leather interior at the front. I'm in the process of making the kitchen, because that's the one thing it didn't come with. All the ones around this year with kitchens were a few grand more. So I was going to buy a kitchen. I thought, do you know what, I can make one for a lot less money, and there's no rush really. So yeah, I've just made a little wooden table and wrapped the surface. Got an induction hob here, a little sink, and just a rechargeable tap which runs to a bottle down here. So just give it a push and it pumps the water through. Does the job. Wash your hands, and yeah, if you want to drink water, fill a cup up, whatever. I might upgrade it in the future, but not a rush. It already had this cool box stroke fridge, which is good enough for now, but I will replace that to a proper fridge because I want to get an air cooler. And with those you need ice packs, so I want to get a little fridge with a tiny freezer at the top to freeze the ice packs. So what else? Well, I'm just going to flip the camera over and go to the front. So it had a nice head unit in there. The previous owner did wire the lower speakers as rears and the top speakers as fronts, so when the hands-free was on it sounded bloody awful because it was just coming out of the tweeters at the front, so I've rewired that. Yeah, leather interior here. I don't know if you remember the old Audi TTs where they had the aluminium ring around here. Well, I've bought one of those off of eBay because you can mount it to this van because it needs a new gear knob anyway because the stickers come off. So I'm going to get a nice gear knob and an Audi TT ring on there just to spruce it up. A lot of people do dip coat this. So I'm still trying to think what to do. I'll probably wrap this, or I think you can get like a piano black one. Because at the minute the front's a bit sort of plasticky and vanny. It's not bad, just could do with a little bit of a lift. It's in good condition, that's the main thing. Oh, I've got this Glencoe coffee maker. Anyone who's always on the move or got a camper van, you can just put a little coffee pod in the bottom, fill up the water at the top, and if you charge it, you'll get 3 coffees per charge. Or if you pour boiling water in it, then you get loads of coffees out of it. So you can just use it as the capsule coffee maker alone. Needs a bit of a tidy up in here actually, because I've been in and out quite a lot lately. But yeah, what else really? That's it really. So yeah, since I've had it, I've given it an oil change, changed the drive shaft. But apart from that, I've went to Newquay within a month of buying it with the kids, the other half and her mum, which was very ambitious, should we say, because it was too cramped. I wouldn't advise that any more than 2 adults and 2 children on a short wheelbase. Maybe 2 adults in the back and 2 in the front if you're just with mates and you're sort of going out shooting with a camera, which is what I'm going to use it for. But for a proper holiday, yeah, I would say 4 people max. It didn't help that it was raining the whole time. We was driving around Newquay and we couldn't even get out the van, so we was all cramped in here. At the time, didn't even have a coffee maker or anything. So, yeah, after that, about a month later, over a drink of Jack D with my neighbour, we just decided the following morning to go to the Lake District, and that was really good fun. Never been there, always wanted to go. And so yeah, we just literally jumped in the van and went. And I was driving around there for a couple of days. I had a dip in the lake, also for a wash. Another thing with camper vans, it's finding somewhere to freshen up. But a lake with a bar of soap, done it on that occasion. And then a month after that, went to Glencoe to photograph the mountains, and then off to the Isle of Skye with my neighbour again as well. And that was best part of a week. No, about 5 days really. We done that, and yeah, Isle of Skye is beautiful. So I'm just itching now to go on another trip. We did pop to Newcastle actually earlier in this year 2024, just for a weekend with the kids, and I've managed to pop to Holy Island. Actually, at the end of this video, I'll attach some little clips and pictures of where I've been so far. The photos I've taken, and maybe if I've got any video clips, I'll put that in there. But yeah, basically I've had the van, it'll be a year next month, but I've not really got around to doing any sort of cosmetic stuff yet. So I'm going to do, after this video, I'm going to start taking the wheels off and rubbing them down and refurbishing. And I'll rub down that arch, primer it and basically retouch it, lacquer. And there's a few other things. Might get a new rear bumper. It's going to need a new exhaust system at the time. But yeah, I just bought this for photography trips really. I've done Kent to death, so yeah, I've been Lake District, Scotland. Probably revisit some more locations up north, like in Scotland and Northumberland. Maybe do a bit more of Wales, but probably venture into Europe a bit more as well. Anywhere you go, I find wherever I go in the UK, I always end up with some kind of fine, whether it's a toll or speed camera or some hidden parking meter you didn't see. I get a bit fed up with it in the UK. I went away to Newcastle and got like 3 tickets, I think. But yeah, don't know. Didn't see the toll signs, neither did the other half. But yeah, just thought I'd make a little video on this van anyway. It'd be nice to look back on when I've done a few bits to it. And seems to be a lot of VW enthusiasts on YouTube, so hope you haven't mind the rambles too much. It's a bit off the cuff, this video, but yeah, I'll add some content. So we parked up near Windermere. We found a spot using the Park for Night app, which is really good for anyone with a camper van, and set off on a bit of a tour. We kind of just looked at the map and went to do like a loop over the day and a half we had there. So here's one of the main roads out of Windermere. I thought it made a nice sort of leading road into the mountains. And here's like a lake in the distance, which I also stopped to take a photo of. Here. Some of this footage was filmed portrait because I was doing a lot of reels at the time, and I've cropped it into landscape, so it might not be as sharp as it could be. I've just been going through my phone and finding video clips. It was actually my neighbour holding my phone, taking all the clips, because obviously I was driving. So yeah, here we are now, just on another bit of the journey. The next stop was a waterfall called the Air Force Waterfall in Matterdale. So this is coming up right about now. This is the main part of the waterfall, but it's very tall, so I didn't actually take a landscape shot of it on this occasion, but I did take a landscape shot of another part of it that was a bit earlier, which is this part. This part actually leads down to the tall waterfall that you just saw in the video there. We then went on to a valley in Newlands Pass and come across one called Moss Falls Waterfall. There's a little bit of a clip here, although I actually took a photo of the valley because I was really drawn to that at the time. A lot of this trip was just a bit of an explore because I've never been to the Lake District before, so I'll probably revisit because there's a lot there to see. But yeah, I really like this valley and the sort of layers of hills, mountains, whatever you want to call them. And the next stop stroke highlight was in Wastwater. We actually drove there, camped up for the night, and then took some pictures of the lake, which you'll see here in a moment. One thing I like about this T5 camping is just the whole sort of cooking setup and cooking outside in nature. We actually went for a wash in the lake as well with a bar of soap. Well, I did. It was freezing, but it was fun. Yeah, I took a lovely. Well, I was quite happy with the picture I took here, which is this one now. The mountains felt really steep at the actual time. They don't look massive in the photo, but it just had a really good feel to this place. Wastwater was probably my favourite part of this explore. We did see loads of other little places, but at the time I wasn't really doing a lot of YouTube, so I've just gone through my phone and found a load of clips to support this video. So yeah, here's a little pan around the whole of Wastwater, but the next part of this video will be the Isle of Skye, which we done soon after. So our first visit was the wee white house in the region of Glencoe. It's a famous little house, very picturesque, and yeah, started with a few photos here. The following morning we had a little walk around and then decided to stop at the Glenfinnan Viaduct on the way to the Isle of Skye. It's famous for the movie Harry Potter. It's in Fort William, and the train from the movie is called the Jacobite Express, which is here now. We then had a quick stop at the Eilean Dolan Castle, which is between 30 minutes an hour before the bridge that crosses to the Isle of Skye. It's now the following day and we're at the Old Man's Store on the Isle of Skye. It's one of the most famous parts of the Isle of Skye. It's a big rock structure. Very Lord of the Rings vibes. You can almost hear the theme tune in your head when you're walking up there. But I'm going to play that back in a minute actually and cringe to death. So this might actually not make the light of YouTube. Anyhow, yeah, it's very atmospheric, as you can see by this video, with all the mist and clouds passing over. You can see for miles whilst you're up there, and the views are beautiful. Coming up now is my mirrorless camera shot of the Isle of Skye. I was pretty pleased with it actually. We got some nice moody clouds with gaps of light, so it really made the photo quite dramatic. And yeah, obviously I've boosted the colours a bit and what have you, but I've not edited it as heavily as you think because the shadows were all there. And this is just a couple of camera clips from making our way back down. This it's a bit of a mixed bag really of iPhone and camera clips, because as I said previously I wasn't really doing too much YouTube at the time, but yeah, I'm now my channel's growing quite well, I'm taking it a bit more serious. So it's now later that day, and we are approaching sunset on the northwest of the island, making our way around that side to camp up for the night so that we can visit a couple more locations on the following day. So here's sunset number one. I do love an open road shot. And just following is a second shot with the sun closer to the horizon around a church ruins, which is where we camped up for the night. Behind me is a waterfall. It's like a swamp down there, so we're going to try and drive around them all down, because even with wellies it's just too swampy. So what happened here is we visited a place called the Fairy Glen, and we noticed opposite there was a waterfall. We first tried walking through the field, which was like a swamp, and then we came back, jumped in the van and drove round there, which was about 10 minutes. Yeah, we found a nice pathway down there and I took this shot. I did change my jacket because I felt the blue was getting lost in the background. Later that day we headed over to Neast Point Lighthouse. We did get hit by some rain en route, but the rain did stop, although it did stay pretty blowy. Yeah, the sky went dramatic again, so we had a mixture of strong sunlight and some clouds, which created quite a dramatic scene for my final shot, which will be appearing in a moment. These clips on the way down to the lighthouse are portrait reels that I've just zoomed in, so apologies for the quality. I've been meaning to make this video for a while as an introduction to my T5 camper. I've actually just got back from a 3,000 mile route around Europe, in which I got quite a lot of video clips and drone footage from some beautiful locations. So I'll be uploading that soon. I obviously done this video first because this was my first travels in the camper. But yeah, if you'd like to see that footage and photos, then please hit subscribe and hit the notification bell. All the best.